Hey, what's up guys, it's Darkham Duels, and today I'm doing a Dragon Maid deck profile. So I'm really excited for this one because this deck is a super fun, really cool dragon deck that has waifus. So I mean, how much better can it get? So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad. Definitely tell me what you think of this video down in the comments down below, and check out the Patreon and Ko-Fi down in the description below, and let's get straight on this. I have to say, I actually have been watching Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid recently, so it kind of inspired me to do an updated version of this deck. So yeah, so let's get into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Kitchen Dragon Maid. So Kitchen Dragon Maid is a really cool card that if it is normal summon or special summon, you can add a Dragon Maid monster from your deck to your hand, and then you have to send a Dragon Maid from your hand to the graveyard, which can help you get your dragons out of your hand so you can then special summon them when you go into battle phase. So all of your Dragon Maids share the ability that at the start of your battle phase, you can return them to your hand, and if you do, you get to special summon a Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard. With the level 3s, you get to summon level 8 Dragon Maids from your hand. With the level 2s, you get to special summon level 7 Dragon Maids from your hand. Just something to keep in mind. Then we play 3 copies of Dragon Maid, or Parlor Dragon Maid. Parlor is probably one of my favorite ones to see, because if you normal or special summon her, you can send a Dragon Maid monster from your deck to the graveyard. She single-handedly sets you up for special summoning out like a copy of your level 8 Dragon Maids onto your side of the field when you go into battle phase. So she's really, really cool to be able to go into. Now, something that I do that not a lot of people play is I actually play 3 copies of Nurse. I feel like 3 copies of Nurse is the way to go in this deck, especially until we get Chamber. Chamber is going to change the deck a lot to be able to special summon out a bunch of them, and I'm really excited to see what her dragon form is going to do. I really hope that that one kind of breaks the deck and makes the deck really, really good, but not too good, because these are already like 45 each and these are already 25 each. Like, this deck is probably one of the most expensive decks in my entire collection. It's ridiculous how expensive this deck is. I hope that they reprint Kitchen and Nurse soon, because the deck wouldn't be super expensive if they do. Basically what Nurse does is, if it's normal or special summon, if she's normal or special summon, you can target a level 4 or lower Dragon Maid monster in your graveyard and accept another copy of herself, and then special summon it to your side of the field, which is really cool to be able to get those extra Dragon Maids on your side of the field. Then I play a single copy of Laundry. Laundry, I just feel like you need one, like maybe one, because when she's normal or special summon, you get to send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, which can help us out with sending certain dragons to the graveyard to get additional value out of the rest of our cards. So I feel like one copy is fine for now until we get Chamber. So then we play a single copy of Dragon Maid, a Lopar. Lopar is really good because she cannot be destroyed by battle. All of your Dragon Maids share the ability that are dragon forms cannot be destroyed by card effects while you control a fusion summon monster. And she also has the ability that you can discard her to target a face-up monster on the field, and players cannot activate cards or effects on the field this turn that targets cards or effect on the field this turn. And then they all share the ability, all of your dragon forms share the ability that at the end of the battle phase, you can return them to the hand if you get to special summon a level 3 Dragon Maid from your hand. The level 8 special summon the level 3s, and the level 7 special summon the level 2s. So that's just something to keep in mind. Then I play 2 copies of Dragon Maid, Tinkirk. I think that's how you say it, Tinkirk. But basically, Tinkirk's effect is that you can quick effect discard her and then target a Dragon Maid monster you control and it gains 2,000 attack. And then, again, it has the ability that you can special summon a level 3 at the end of the battle phase, and she cannot be destroyed by card effects while you control a fusion summon monster. So basically, it's like a hand trap that boosts them up by an additional 2,000 attack, which can make House Dragon Maid go all the way up to 5,000 on a swing, which is crazy. Then we play 3 copies of Ernest. Ernest is really good because you can discard her and then special summon a level 4 or lower Dragon Maid monster from your hand. She's really good because if you do that, she can help you out by getting her into the graveyard so you can special summon her back. And it also lets you be able to special summon and swarm your field a little bit, so you can get like 2 of your Dragon Maids out on the field instead of 1 during your battle phase. Then we play a single copy of Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Darkness Metal helps out as well because it is a dragon monster. I'm not quite sure if the errata counts for us yet, but basically this card lets you special summon it once per turn. If you're going for the errata version, basically you can only activate special summon it once per turn and activate its effect once per turn, but you can special summon it by banishing a dragon monster on your side of the field, or you special summon it to your side of the field from your hand. And then once per turn, you can special summon a copy of a dragon monster in your hand or graveyard to your side of the field, which is really good. We play a single copy of Tempest, Dragon Ruler of Storms, because it's at 1 still when I took this video. I really hope it goes back to more than 1, but I want to see the other Dragon Rulers come back to more than 1. But basically what this card does is you banish a total of 2 wind or dragon monsters, and then you special summon it from your hand or graveyard. And then during your opponent's end phase, you return this card to your hand. And if this card is special summon, you return it to the hand, and then you can banish this card and a wind monster from your graveyard to add a dragon monster from your deck to your hand, which is really cool to be able to add those dragon monsters from your deck to your hand. And for the last 3 monsters, we play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom just helps us out with not dealing with our opponent's stuff, so you just play the 3 copies of it, so you just don't have to deal with your opponent's, like, adding from deck to hand stuff, special summoning from deck, or sending a card from deck to graveyard. It just helps us stop that. You can play Droll and Lockbird if you want to play it that way, but I just feel like the Ash is just better to me. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave really helps out because you don't have to deal with your opponent's hand traps. 3 copies of Super Polymerization. Super Polymerization is super helpful because you have a lot of different monsters in the extra deck to go into with this deck. You actually have House Dragon Maid, you can go into your Starving Venom, or you can go into Mud Dragon, any of the 3 with Super Polymerization. And you wouldn't look at House Dragon Maid and go, oh, I can go into that. No, you really can. Because basically what you do with this is you go in and you have House Dragon Maid, and you can either use a Dragon Maid and a Dragon Maid and a Dragon monster. You're always going to have a Dragon on the field. So basically you just fusion summon into this card with using your opponent's Dragon monster with Super Poly, which a lot of extra deck monsters are Dragon type monsters. Like, I mean, Boral Sword, Boral Load, Boral Load Savage. There's a lot of different quick monsters that your opponent's going to play that are dragon type monsters. So this card's really powerful in this deck to be able to put, a bunch of cards on the field. And then we play 3 copies of World Legacy Guard Dragon. World Legacy Guard Dragon is really cool because when it's activated, you can target a level 4 lower dragon monster in your grave and then add that target to your hand, or use special summon it, and then once per turn you can move a dragon monster you control to another main monster zone, which is really cool to be able to move them because it helps you with your guard dragons. Now, again, I don't know if they're going to hit on the next list because this is recorded before the list, LP or Pisty. I would imagine that they would, but that's just me because they did in the OCG. Following that trend, we can trade it out for Verde Anaconda, and you still play this card because it's basically Monster Reborn. 1 copy of Monster Reborn, speaking of Monster Reborn, because it helps us bring back any of our dragons that we particularly need. Now, my personal tech in this deck is a single copy of Dragon's Mirror. Dragon's Mirror is insane in this deck, and I don't understand why people are not playing this. Literally, it gets you House Dragon Maid for free, because if you have something in the graveyard, like a copy of Ernest in the graveyard, and you have multiple copies of Ernest and literally any Dragon Maid in your graveyard, you can literally just fusion summon into House Dragon Maid by banishing 2 Dragon Maids from your graveyard. I mean, it's super easy to go into, and it's really a good card to use in Dragon Maids. Now, I feel like this card, I might drop it out later for Chamber, but I feel like I might not at the same time. Like, it just feels like such a good one-of in the deck in late game to draw it and be able to just drop a Dragon Maid or House Dragon Maid on your side of the field. I do play a single copy of Changeover. Once you get Changeover in your hand, you don't really need to get it again because it just recycles itself. You fusion summon a Dragon Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or your field, and then when this card's in your graveyard, you can target a Dragon monster you control, add it to your hand. If you do, you return this card to your hand, which is not that big of a deal because you can just fusion summon into House Dragon Maid when it's returned to the hand. We play a single copy of Dragon Maid Welcome. Dragon Maid Welcome is it's a pretty good card in my opinion as a one-of in the deck. I probably wouldn't play it any more than one, but all monsters you control gain 100 in attack and defense for each Dragon Maid monster you control. And if you control 2 or more Dragon Maid monsters, you can target a Dragon Maid in your graveyard, except another copy of Dragon Maid Welcome, and then add it to your hand, and you can only use the effect of Dragon Maid Welcome once per turn. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, or your opponent cannot target Dragon Maid monsters you control with card effects this turn, which is pretty good to be able to do. I really love the artwork of this card. I really think it's really cool, but I really think that you only need 1 copy of it. I play 2 copies of Send Off. Send Off is good because sometimes you will end up with a Dragon Maid in your hand, or one in your graveyard that you want to special summon. But you get to target a Dragon Maid monster you control, and then you special summon a Dragon Maid monster with a different name from your hand in defensive position. And if you do, you return the monster you targeted to the hand. And the monster special summoned by this effect cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. It really combos well with House, because House will end up popping something. So basically you set Send Off and then pop something with House. I mean, it just works really well. And then I play 3 copies of Dragon Maid Hospitality for the last 3 spells. This card lets us special summon a Dragon Maid monster from our hand or graveyard in defense position. And then you can target, then you can send a Dragon Maid monster from your monster with the same attribute but a different level from your deck to the graveyard. So basically you special summon a Dragon Maid, like you summon Parlor from hand, and then you send a card, like you send Lupar from deck to grave, or something like that. Like, it just really helps out with that, being able to put those extra Dragon Maids on field. So that's it for the spells. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're going to be playing just a single copy of Dragon Maid Downtime. I just play a single copy of it. You don't have to play this one, but I feel like I like it. It's one of... You can target a Dragon Maid you control, then activate one of the effects. You either return it to the hand. If you do, you get to target a Dragon Maid card from your deck. You can add a Dragon Maid from your deck to your hand. Or you return a Dragon Maid from your... you return it to your hand, and if you do, you return a spell or trap your opponent controls to their hand, which can really help out if something you're playing is like Mystic Mine or something like that. You can bounce the Mystic Mine to hand with this and then go after your opponent. So this card's really good as a one-of. I really like it as a one-of, especially with Chamber being able to search spells and traps. I really feel like I'm going to keep this at 1. So that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to be playing 3 copies of House Dragon Maid. House Dragon Maid is good. I think I'll probably keep playing it as a 3-of in the extra deck because I summon it so much in this deck. But basically what it does is once per turn during your standby phase, you can target another Dragon Maid monster you control and then special summon a Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, but 1 level higher or 1 level lower than that. And then when another face-up dragon monster you control is returned to your hand, except during the damage step, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it, which is really cool to be able to pop stuff, especially with stuff like your send-off and stuff like that. You can just instantly pop stuff and put cards on your side of the field. Starving Venom is a super poly target. Same thing with Mud Dragon. They're just basically super poly targets like I explained earlier. Number 38, you can make it sometimes in the deck to be able to negate spells. It kind of helps out to be able to do that. For our level 7s, we're playing Red Eyes Flare Metal to be able to burn our opponent for 500, which is really helpful. Being able to play a single copy of Big Eye to be able to take our opponent's monsters is really cool too. You just put 2 Earnest and special summon this card. Boral Sword to be able to OTK our opponent. You do make this sometimes. I don't make it all that often, but it is okay to make it when you feel like you can OTK your opponent. 1 copy of the Blackluster Soldier Link monster. This card's really good in this deck because you can just put Earnest on the field, or Tenek or whatever it is, any of the Dragon Maids on the field, or Tempest or anything, link them away and then summon this. Phoenix to pop spells and traps, and then 1 copy of Elpie and Pisty because they are guard dragons and they're still pretty good. If they do get hit, we're just going to trade them out later for the Dragon Maid fusion monster, the new one, so that's okay. It doesn't really matter. And then we play 2 copies of the Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. This card is really clutch in this deck because you just make this and it can bounce something in your opponent's controls and then special summon a dragon from your deck, which is really, really cool. And I really love that effect because usually you're summoning Red Eyes Darkness Metal or a copy of your Tempest or something like that. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a super fun, cool deck to play around with. It's really expensive. I will not lie to you guys. It is a super expensive deck. I mean, just the main deck itself probably ranges closer to the $400 range. So it's not a super cheap deck. And neither is the extra deck. The extra deck, like this deck altogether, is closer to the $600 range. It is a super expensive deck, but if you've got it, definitely pick it up. It's a super fun deck. Or wait and play it on WIGO Pro until it gets reprinted, because I'm assuming that they're going to reprint Maid soon, because they have been following a trend where they are reprinting a lot of the cards like this. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell on there so you can become part of the notification squad. Definitely tell me what you think of this video down in the comments down below. And check out that Patreon and Ko-Fi for the really cool rewards on the Patreon. So anyways, guys, this is Dark Arm Duels. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe again. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.